Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 7th of September 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, bringing you the day's national top stories translated into English 6 days a week. Prime Minister Rama has concluded the second meeting of the new ministers in Velipoje. Albania's integration into the EU and the fight against cannabis will be the government's main priorities during the second mandate. During a meeting with journalists, the Prime Minister said that Albania's integration into the European Union will be a priority despite the merging of the Ministry of Integration. The Prime Minister added that cooperation with the opposition is really important for the integration process before announcing that the Integrations Commission will be led by the opposition. Commenting on the possibility of an opposition protest against the selection of Rama as the Assembly Speaker, the Prime Minister stated that should this happen, it is evidence that the opposition has not learned anything from the election result of June 25. When asked by an Aura News journalist regarding the fight against cannabis, the Prime Minister declared that the government will continue with its fight until all involved in cultivation have been arrested. We are concluding this battle. Actually, we have won this battle. Today, our territory has been cleared, and this has been confirmed by our partners. This will no longer be a news story. This will be a non-story by the end of the year, declared the Prime Minister. Economic growth has been in focus during the Prime Minister's second meeting with ministers in Velipoje. After the meeting, the Prime Minister refused to converse with the media and he was the first one to leave Velipoje. Afterwards, the Prime Minister made an announcement on Facebook. Ready to start on a new path, one with drastic reduction of bureaucracies for citizens and business owners. We will strengthen state services. Our objective is economic growth of 5% for 2019, wrote the Prime Minister. The second day of the government's meeting ended without many details, but after the meeting, the Minister of Finance said that it was productive. Meanwhile, the head of the Socialist Party's parliamentary group declared that the government will do the best for Albania. The informal two-day meeting of the government was held ahead of Saturday's plenary session, which will be the first of the 9th parliamentary legislature, and also when the government officially takes on its duty. With the three eldest MPs being members of the opposition and refusing to lead the first plenary session, it has been announced that MP Besnik Baraj of the Socialist Party will be the one to lead the session. The decision was made after Sali Berisha, Tritan Shehu and Halim Kosova, the three eldest MPs in the Albanian parliament, all refused to take on the role. Rama also refused to lead the first session because he has been proposed by the Socialist Party to be the new Speaker of Parliament. A few days ago, Aura News learned that the opposition is organising a protest against the election of Mr. Rucci as Assembly Speaker and against the election of Fatmir Jafaj as the Minister of Interior. For this reason, and also to discuss the opposition's action, the DP chairman has decided to gather the new parliamentary group tomorrow at 6 p.m. This will be only the second time the DP chairman gathers the new parliamentary group since the June 25 elections. It has been learned that the names of those who will represent the Democratic Party in parliamentary bodies, as well as the names of the chairman, vice chairman and secretary of the Democratic Party's parliamentary group will be discussed. The 9th legislature of the Albanian Parliament will commence on Saturday and two plenary sessions have been announced. The first plenary session will be held on Saturday at 10 a.m. when the Parliament will set up the Council for the Verification of Mandates, which is made up of 9 MPs who will review the documents of each Member of Parliament. The MPs are proposed by the parliamentary groups and elected by 71 votes. The Council for the Verification of Mandates must submit a report to Parliament on the MPs' validity. It is learned that this council will draft the report over the course of this Saturday to allow the Parliament to gather again at 6 p.m. when the new members of Parliament will be sworn in. Recent elections at the Academy of Sciences, where the new chairman was appointed, resulted in the Prime Minister's announcement to interrupt the supply of funds to the institution. Now, the newly elected chairman of the Academy announces that a special meeting will be held on Monday. Speaking to Aura News, the chairman stated that Monday's meeting will be held to establish an ad hoc commission, which will make proposals regarding the reform of the institution. The ad hoc commission will be made of 10 members of the Academy of Sciences, including representatives from Kosovo and Macedonia. The package of proposals prepared by the ad hoc commission will be presented to the Prime Minister, who will be asked for the approval of the final document. The decision of the Academy of Sciences comes a few days after the Prime Minister's warning that the Academy of Sciences would be merged if it's not reformatted. Amid the whole situation, and only 2 days after being elected, the Vice Chairman of the Academy gave his irrevocable resignation. Meanwhile, the academic Artan Fuga, who did not participate in elections, considers the entire process to be a farce. Immediately after the swearing-in of the new government, the President of the Republic, Ilir Meta, will travel to Italy to conduct the first official visit as President. The President will travel to Rome, with the first official meetings predicted to be held on September 11 and 12. During his 2-day visit, President Meta will hold meetings with high-ranking representatives from the Italian state. On Monday, September 11, the President will be received by his Italian counterpart, Sergio Mattarella, at the Government Palace. On Monday afternoon, President Meta will meet with the chairwoman of the Chamber of MPs in Parliament, Laura Boldrini. On the second day of his visit, Mr. Meta will meet with the chairman of the Italian Senate. It is expected that President Meta will hold a press conference with both Italian and Albanian journalists present. The President of the Republic has chosen Italy to start his tour of institutional visits abroad, as Italy is a strategic partner of Albania in the path towards the European Union. The focus of the visit will include improving cooperation between the two countries, Albania's integration into the EU, the fight against drugs, organised crime and terrorism, and the migration crisis. The German Christian Democratic Party and the Konrad Adenauer Foundation have showed their support for the Democratic Party and to the opposition's action. Senior consultant of the CDU-CSU parliamentary group in Bundestag, Joachim Falensky, held a meeting with some Democratic MPs, expressing support for the DP's strategy, its actions against the government, and the path to come into power. Democratic Party Chairman Ilir Meta also participated in the meeting. The DP chairman expressed gratitude for the CDU's support and vowed to commit to further deepening cooperation in every aspect. Mr. Basha added that the electoral reform is one of the Democratic Party's main priorities, which, according to the DP chairman, will ensure a free and fair election process. The DP insists electoral reform will result in the removal of the vote-buying phenomenon and the end of vote manipulations once and for all. The DP chairman emphasised that the Democratic Party will consolidate its ruling alternative in close cooperation with its sister European parties, especially the German party CDU. The Socialist Movement for Integration gathered its parliamentary group today to discuss the upcoming plenary session and to the start of the new political season. The chairman of the SMI's parliamentary group, Petrit Vasili, said that the citizens are waiting for a strong opposition, as according to him, bad governance is visible and it has only produced criticism. Albanian people expect a lot from us as they see the bad governance, which is visible and has produced critical situations. We will also highlight it to Albanians. We will offer alternatives and possibilities which the Albanian people really need, declared the chair of the SMI's parliamentary group. Mr. Vasili declared that the parliament is the best place to make the opposition and to denounce bad governance. The chair of the SMI's parliamentary group announced that the Socialist Movement for Integration has a clear vision to defend the interest of the citizens. That's all for our English edition this evening. My name is Alexandra. Please join me again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. On behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.